Hello, it's been a few weeks since I've done a pregnancy update, partially because we're away on holiday, another part because it's very, very hard to get yourself to sort of film a vlog when you feel utterly crap. It may sound dramatic, and I know a lot of people would kill to be pregnant, would kill to have nausea and all of that lot, but it doesn't change the fact that you feel like pants, and it was very hard to, with the kids on half term and everything, to actually sit down and make myself do a vlog, especially because I really, the skin is so bad at the minute, and I know it sounds really vain and ridiculous and stupid, and it is. It's really hard to film and put it out there when you know you look atrocious. Confidence is not quite high enough for me to be doing that without batting an eyelid, I'm afraid. So yeah, sorry, it's really hot here as well, so I'm like a sweaty Betty. So today I am 10 weeks pregnant, and this is going to be pregnancy weeks 7, 8 and 9. Sort of reviewing those weeks and symptoms and everything. Starting off at 7 weeks, we had a scan, and I will insert that picture here. Then at the scan, everything was brilliant, fantastic. It was really good to see the baby. It still looked like a blob, but it was a blob with a flickering heartbeat, which I saw immediately, which was like, oh, thank you. They didn't actually tell us how many beats per minute it was, but we got to see the little heartbeat trace at the bottom, and we got to hear it. And my IPs loved that, and it was just really nice to know that everything was fine. Baby was actually measuring at 6 weeks, 5 days, but obviously you can give or take 5 days at that point, so the fact it was technically 2 days behind, I think, wasn't a concern at all. I know with Seth, when I went in and I was like 6 weeks, he was measuring 5 weeks, 2 days or something. And they were like, yeah, it's fine, don't worry. So we weren't worried. And then I went in at 8 weeks, and he was measuring 8 weeks and 2 days. He'd actually grown 3 weeks worth in 2 weeks, which is a little bit crazy, but I do remember that. So I wasn't concerned, and I had said to my IPs beforehand, don't panic if baby's measuring a bit small. At this stage, it's very normal. They can catch up, they can even overtake. I really wouldn't worry. As long as there's a heartbeat, we're all good, pretty much. For now. Obviously it can change at any minute, so that was really comforting, and I've got to say it was a really enjoyable experience to see their joy and their happiness and get to be a part of it. It really just makes this whole thing worth it. But I've felt the most awful I've ever felt in a pregnancy. I think the whole gestational thing, I tip my hat to people that do various journeys, because TS all the way. No offence to my IPs or this child, totally worth it. I'm not saying it's not, but if I do a surrogacy journey again, I don't think I'll do gestational surrogacy, because it sucks. It sucks. It's stressful, it's scary, and you feel like crap. I'm not one for medication, I'm not one for drugs. I have natural labours, I'm a bit of a hippie. I don't generally take painkillers unless I really am in pain. I don't take medicines when I've got cold. To be fair, that's mainly because I'm usually knocked up and I kind of wish I could take medicines, but I'm not really a pharmaceutical person, and therefore having to take so much stuff per day is kicking my butt. I feel poo, utterly poo, and I feel sorry for my family because we're away on holiday and I'm just completely useless because basically have headaches which come and go. They're not the worst thing at all, but almost constant in week 7 and 8 and half of week 9. It seems to have worn off a bit now, thank you God. So I'm not feeling it as bad, but in week 7, 8 and half of 9, nausea, constant nausea. Any food smell would make me heave, possibly puke in my mouth. I didn't actually puke out, but it would come up. The sort of thought of food or pictures of certain foods, just bad, kind of like chicken aversion, but it would change to various things. Constant nausea, extremely dizzy to the point that I couldn't actually, after I'd taken progesterone, I would struggle to walk. I look like a drunk person because I'd be stumbling, so dizzy. I couldn't drive at some points, which was a bit scary with school runs, and that did sort of worry me for a bit because it was actually starting to sort of take over more than I was comfortable with. Exhaustion, which is very normal, no different to normal pregnancy tiredness for me, but adding in the dizzy and the sicky and the food aversions and that, it was just horrible. It was really horrible, and I just spent a lot of time going, I know it's worth it, but I felt really pants, and I'll ask the guys if I'm allowed to share the picture on my Facebook or Instagram or something, but I sent David a message because we chat a lot still. Well, not a lot, not like we did when I was pregnant, but we still chat on Viber and Facebook and stuff like that. And I sent him a message going, I actually, because he has been asking, are you all right? How are you feeling? How are you doing? He's just, oh, I love him so much. and we chat about Seth and stuff, and he sent me a message like the day before going, how you doing? I said, I feel really pants. And so I sent a message and I said, look, I know it sounds stupid, but can you just tell me a story or send me a picture or something to remind me why this is worth it? Because I feel awful. I've been useless on this holiday. The kids hadn't done as much because I just can't do it. We weren't swimming every day because I couldn't go in a swimming pool because the swishy feeling made me want to puke and the smells made me want to puke, and we weren't doing as much as I wanted to, and I felt like I'd let my kids down, and then I felt really guilty and I kept getting really emotional, like I want to bawl my eyes out because I felt really bad. That was another thing I forgot, symptoms of almost crying. Rah. Must calm down, people cannot follow manic Lisa, sorry. And I just, you know, I said I'm feeling pants and I could do with a boost, and he sent me the most gorgeous photo ever, and it's absolutely fantastic because it's classic them. You've got the two guys grinning their heads off and Seth like, resting bitch face. I love that kid. He is so brilliant. He always looks so miserable. Obviously he's not, and if you say to him, hey, he will do massive grins and giggles, but for some reason his normal everyday face, he looks miserable like all the time. It's brilliant. It's so cute. It's so cute, so funny. It's just the way his lips are because they're a bit kind of pout. It's really cute, seriously it is. But he is just, it was just hilarious. It was absolutely fantastic photo. The two men grinning their heads off and this kid just looking like, whatever, I'm doing it because my dad's making me. And I was laughing my head off, and that is what I wanted to see, and that's what I need to see, and I just cannot thank him enough for doing that, because it bolstered me, if that's the right word. I'm so tired, I'm just speaking poo. It just made me grin, and it made me feel so much better, and it just gave me that oomph to just carry on with a smile on my face, rather than sitting quietly on the sofa in the caravan crying to myself, which sounds really pathetic, but it was really hard, and I was trying very hard, and we're out every night, and I didn't let it stop me, but we only ended up swimming twice rather than every day, because I couldn't face it. I couldn't send Darren with 3 children that can't swim very well, who all want to be able to swim very well on their own. It's just that it was cruel. But we're staying out quite late, and it was just a fantastic, fantastic time, except for the feeling like crap, and it was limiting what I could do because I was having a nap in the daytime. I keep hiccuping and I've got acid reflux. That's a new one coming in symptom-wise. I'm forgetting everything. It felt quite bad, not awful, not the worst in the world. I haven't been hospitalised. I don't have hypomesis gravidarum, how you pronounce that. I don't have anything major like that. I have been really, really itchy as well, really itchy at times. But it's just difficult when you feel really bad, like constantly, and after a while it gets exhausting. And it's been weeks and weeks and weeks of feeling really bad, and it was getting worse, and it was just a difficult couple of weeks there. But I seem to have come over the hill. I still have nausea, I still have food aversions, I still feel exhausted and everything, but it's not as bad as it was, and I'm hoping that's because I'm started to take the progesterone orally, because I can start sort of reducing it for 12 when I come off the medication at 12 weeks. So I think that's beginning to sort of help a little bit, which is great. And at 9 weeks and 3 days, I think it was, I can't remember now, forgive me, I'm absolute pants with dates. But anyway, so yeah, I got this Doppler. It's a Sonoline B, and I got it off of eBay when I was pregnant with Edith. Like right as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I ordered this bad boy. I don't know if anyone remembers, and I ended up lending it to my sister, who's 5 months further ahead than me, so I didn't get it back until I was like 12 weeks. So I only started trying to find her heartbeat at 12 weeks. Also because I have a retroverted uterus, so my uterus is like back rather than up. I mean, I know it's supposed to back mine's like that, I think. Anyway, so I got her heartbeat at 12 weeks, and I was really impressed. And then with Seth, or was it with Seth? No, then with Seth, again, my sister was a little bit ahead of me, so she'd had it for her 5th child, and I got it back off her, and I tried around 11 weeks and I found the heartbeat. But, and it had been lent to another friend, and have been with 2 other pregnancies. So this thing is like, the 30 quid I paid, or £40 I paid for it, was absolutely fantastic. Well worth it. So I was at 9 weeks, and I thought I won't be able to find it, but I need to pee, so that's supposed to help as well, full bladder and all that jazz. So I thought I'd give it a whirl, and I found the heartbeat, and I'll put a clip at the end of the heartbeat that I got from yesterday, because the very first clip I sent to my IPs, and my IPs alone, it's just their little clip, and then there was a second little clip I took that I have shown a couple of surrogate friends who wanted to see what a heartbeat was like really early. And then, yeah, I'll put this one in. But if anyone wants a Doppler, I mean, there are cheaper ones, but the Sunline B, this has lasted like 4 years now. I think I've had it over 4 years, because obviously Edith's going to be 4 in July. And it's gone through various pregnancies, so it's been well loved. I mean, the buttons are starting to fade, where obviously we wipe it for hygiene reasons, and the ink isn't as good necessarily as the rest of the thing, but that's about the only fault I can find. So yeah, that's it really. It's just a lot of me moaning, so for that I apologise massively. I better get off because I've got things to do and people to see, literally. Look at me, I've got like a life and everything. Yeah, and I will speak to you soon. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. Bye.